Hello, my name's Donald Jarvis. As you may know, I've spent the summer clearing up the overgrowth at the First Parish Burying Ground in Newbury. Since May, I've had several volunteers come in from the community and from Triton Regional High School that have helped me with clearing the overgrowth between May and today. Since I've started this project, this is now my third video, and I'm going to show you now some of the updates on what I've done between the first video and today. In the beginning of the summer, a lot of this was very overgrown. In the first couple months, we've tackled this project, although over time it has regrown. So now the next process would be to find some sort of method that will slow down the growing process. I've already started clearing it out for the fall, and my goal is to have this re-cleared out before the snow starts. However, it does look a little bad. It is a lot better than it was before I started this project. As you might remember in the first video I made, we showed this area. We had some volunteers come in before the video was made that helped clean us all up. We're going to go through, got it one more time for the fall, and then next spring focus on finding some sort of spray that would kill the plant but not harm the headstone. The idea is to keep this clear year-round. As you might recall from the first video I made, all of this was very overgrown. You couldn't even see up those trees. Now, with some of the help from the kids from Triton and some community volunteers, we've cleared up, and we're still clearing up a little bit, but majority of it's all been taken care of, and I hope to maintain it at this condition or better in the years to come. You can see a lot of vegetation's already starting to grow back. I'm going to focus on clearing this up before the winter, so it'll be nice and clean. And then next year, put together a plan to help it stay clean. Just this past weekend, I had over 70 high school students here from Triton that helped me finish clearing this back section. In the first video I made, you might recall that this was all thickly overgrown, and you couldn't even see a single stone back here. Now, there's a sea of stones, flags placed on veteran headstones, and looking better than it probably has in the last 20 years. It's fine here, as you can see. However, there are sections in this cemetery that are very difficult to mow, which causes a lot of problems for people who are overseeing the mowing project. They just simply sometimes avoid it or only do sections at a time. I hope in the spring to address that issue with a more effective way to get the project done in the mowing aspect without being overwhelming. It's very hilly, so maybe we can get probably weed whackers or some sort of less heavier lawnmower that would make this easier to take care of. As you can see, this section back here hasn't been mowed in a while. It's not as difficult as majority of the cemetery, but by the time you do get back here, you're a little exhausted. So we can make this whole process easier. This won't be an issue. Even though it is not as hilly, you still have to fight little stones in the ground, footstones, markers that mark off family plots, which make the lawn mowing process that much more difficult. I think maybe perhaps a weed whacker might solve the issue, but there may be other resources out there we could utilize to make this mowing process easier moving forward. As you walk to the back left of the cemetery, you can see a lot of changes have been done here. It looks a lot better, and it's starting to look more like a burying ground than it did earlier this year. The Triton athletes made a lot of work over here. They cleared up a lot of bushes that were sitting through these stones. They helped put up a lot of the flags you see behind you. we couldn't really tell where the veterans were on this part of the cemetery. And the students were a great help on making that possible. We still have issues that I'm hoping to fix via fundraisers, and one of them is a lot of down headstones that are buried, or broken headstones that need to be replaced if possible. And I hope through setting up fundraisers and grants and donations to the community that I will eventually be able to restore a majority of the cemetery, including the headstones, control the vegetation growth, and the maintenance, weed whacking and mowing. Thank you for joining me on the tour today of the First Parish Burying Ground. If you want to get involved or stay up to date with the projects that are going on here, please visit my website, which is donaldjarvis.com, or send me an email at jarvis.don@gmail.com. Thank you.